What is the green-blue-red movement? You're probably wondering. How many of you actually felt that kind of little magic happen when you talk to somebody new that felt really good? It's very easy to do with your loved ones, right? We all have somebody with who we can make that magic happen. But it's rather more difficult with somebody that you don't like or that you don't know. Imagine a world in which you could systematically make that magic happen between people without any difficulty. Well, this is exactly what we're going to talk about. And it started, this movement, actually quite a long time ago with a man called Theo Cox. He was interested in a pattern that was deeper than language, semantics, and culture that we usually look at. And he was interested in finding, is there a universal pattern that pushes people to influence each other? And what he found was that there were only three types of main intentions behind any communication. Think of blue as the human equivalent of peeing to mark your territory, like dogs do, right? What happens when you enter into a dog's territory, you probably are lining yourself up for a fight. Chances are the dog is going to fight and say, this is my territory, not yours, get out. Okay? Talking blue is talking about what belongs to you, your feelings, your thoughts, anything that belongs to you. You're informing people. That's talking blue. What about talking green? Talking green, imagine a mother seeing her little girl fall and hurt her knee. If she were to say, I'm informing you that your knee hurts, that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? No, she'd probably say, it must be hurting you. That's talking green. It's talking with empathy. It's asking a question about the other that's genuinely interested. Talking green is just saying, you're probably feeling this or you are feeling that and getting it right. Red is talking about shared action. Shared action is what you could do together with the person you're talking with. So red is often what we're focusing on. That's what we go into a conversation for usually, isn't it? Let's imagine a party. Let's imagine that we're in Turku. It's 2 o'clock in the morning after the cocktail tonight, the after party, right? Lots of alcohol, lots of loud music, lots of people having fun. At one point, you notice the host go into the door and the police officers at the door, 2 of them, the Finnish police. And they're saying this. You just hear what they say. They say, in Finnish, of course, are you having a good time? Kyllä, yes. Do you have enough alcohol? Kyllä, yes. Do you want to continue this party tonight? Kyllä, yes. Well, then turn the music off. Notice the pattern? It's called the 3 Ks. The Finnish police officers are already trained today to say 3 times yes. 3 kertaa kyllä. It's talking green before talking red. We often believe that talking blue is in some way dominating others and higher and more powerful. Well, let's think about this. What does it mean to a child? Many of you have children here. You've probably said this before. You never listen to me. You never listen to me. What does the child understand? The child doesn't understand listen. The child understands obey. There's a huge difference between obeying and listening. Listening is actually just listening. It doesn't mean you have to agree or obey the other person. That's a huge thing. So then that child grows up to be a 45-year-old manager of a company and says, I'm the boss. I no longer want to listen to people. What is he actually saying? I no longer want to obey people. And the confusion is complete. This is a police officer in LA, the ones you love to hate, the ones who hide behind a bush, catching you to speed, okay? This man, Elton Simmons, had done over 25,000 tickets in his life. Usually they get lots of complaints. You don't like getting a ticket, right? He had not one single complaint over his whole career. Not only did he not have a complaint, but he had loads of commendations from people. What was going on? CBS trailed him and filmed him in action. What did they find? Of course, he was being green. He wasn't taking the usual thing that you would do from being in authority, saying, you will pay the ticket, red. He said, you probably didn't see the sign, it happens. But you're still going to have to pay. But maybe next time try to be careful so I don't have to catch you again. And people would love it. They would walk away with a smile because they would get a ticket without the guilt trip. There's 2 things you can do to change this movement into a revolution. The first one is look at your own way of talking. Look at it carefully and try and color code it and see it. Look at others around you. The next time you're in a meeting and there's a conflict, look at that And the second thing you can do is simply, you don't learn to drive a car by watching, do you? You actually sit in a car and try, and it works at the beginning difficultly, and then it works better. That's what you do. You try, you jump in and try and use those colors at the right time. So ladies and gentlemen, if that is what you'd like to do, then start looking around you at those 3 colors. Thank you very much.